From first making Russ available to making a deal seems to have happened really quickly. How did it all come together?
Very much by design, John. Oklahoma City, Russell Westbrook, they did not want this to linger, and they were aggressive this week in searching out trade partners. Houston, Miami, Detroit showed some interest, but it was really a Houston-Miami derby. And, earlier today, Houston, Oklahoma City came to terms on an agreement, and this was done almost as soon as this auction started.
If OKC didn't want to strand Westbrook in the middle of what's going to be a rebuilding project because they have all these number one picks now, it seems the same might go for a 34-year-old Paul. Is there more to come here with CP3?
I believe so, John. I think the Thunder are going to talk with Chris Paul's agent, Leon Rose, try to get a sense of what he might like to happen here. 3 years, $124 million left on Paul's contract. It's 1 year less than Westbrook's 4 for $171. That goes back to Houston. But, they're trying here. They're headed toward a rebuild. They still have a team this year, that's competitive in Oklahoma City. The market's going to be a very short list of teams, probably beginning and ending with Miami to see if there's a deal that could possibly work with the Heat, see if they're willing to take on that money and whether they might want a draft pick with it to take on that kind of money. But they were interested in Westbrook. Houston beat them out for him. Now I think there could be a conversation to be had between Oklahoma City and Miami. Otherwise, Oklahoma City would start the season with Chris Paul. He actually played there once before when New Orleans, after Hurricane Katrina, played their season there. He's familiar with the market. But at this point in his career, Chris Paul wants to win. He wants to be with a contender. He doesn't have that with the Thunder.
For the love of analytics, what drove the Rockets to make this move?
I think it wasn't necessarily the love of analytics. It was James Harden's desire to reunite with Russell Westbrook, certainly a mutual desire. Those two got together. Obviously, they'd played together in Oklahoma City. They decided they wanted to play together again. James Harden was certainly a driving force in the Rockets getting this deal done. He wanted to play with Russell Westbrook. Rockets general manager Daryl Morey made that happen.
Did the reported friction between Harden and CP3 have anything to do with maybe shoving this along a little bit?
Yeah, that certainly could have been a factor in James Harden deciding that he would rather play with Russell Westbrook than with Chris Paul. But this was not a situation, a him or me kind of situation. It was not a deal where the Rockets had to trade Chris Paul. They certainly examined the market, explored the market earlier this summer. There was no basketball value to be had for them. They were not going to trade Chris Paul and take significant steps back. They feel that by trading him for Russell Westbrook, they increase their window to compete for championships, and they get a younger, more dynamic player.
Okay, Russ and Harden are two guys that dominate the ball, like to the point I put it in all caps on the teleprompter, dominate it. That seems potentially problematic. So why do the Rockets believe Westbrook is the upgrade for Paul? I get the age, but in terms of on the floor and playing, why the upgrade?
Well, and that is a good question, and I do not believe that it was a consensus decision with the Rockets. There certainly are some concerns about fit. Obviously, they've played together in Oklahoma City. They played together on Team USA. But when they were together in Oklahoma City, James Harden was coming off the bench as a sixth man. He was not a ball-dominant perennial MVP candidate. And Russell Westbrook as an off-ball player, there are certainly some concerns there. But again, this was about James Harden wanting to play with Russell Westbrook. There were certainly signs of decline with Chris Paul. And Russell Westbrook is a more durable, more dynamic player. And again, they felt like not only did it improve their title odds this season, but it extended the window, essentially from maybe a 1, maybe 2 year window to now 3 or 4 years.
Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For highlights and analysis, check out the ESPN app. And for live streaming and premium content, check out ESPN+.